Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Somni Rosae, the Sleeps of the Rose. As always, I hope that wherever you are, that you're doing well. So, as you can already see, I have no makeup whatsoever. And it really is a different experience, and the reason why I'm doing this is because many of you have requested that you would like to see my makeup routine. So let's see what I come up with, because to be honest, I don't wear makeup on a daily basis. I tend to wear makeup for special events or when I am creating videos, and sometimes I do wear it just on a regular day. And the reason is because my focus is mostly on skincare. However, that does not mean that I do not love makeup. On the contrary, I do, very much. And it's just that for me to wear it every day, it takes up a lot of time. And the reason is because for me, it's a very relaxing experience. I went to makeup school for a 2-week program, and at this school they had, I can't remember if it was a 2 or 3-year program, and it taught everything: special effects makeup, makeup for bridal showers, runway shows, photo shoots for magazines, editorial type of work. And I couldn't take the 3-year program for many reasons, and I wasn't sure if makeup artistry is something that I wanted to do as a career. It was more or less like I was trying it out. So I took this 2-week program, and if I wanted to stay, I could continue. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and that was years ago. So my skills are a bit rusty, because just like with any craft, you need to practice as much as possible to improve your skills. It's a constant journey. You never stop learning. Makeup artistry is a beautiful form of art, a form of expression. There's so much more to it. It's not just about looking good and feeling your best. And one of the things that the makeup instructor taught us is that a good makeup artist can complete the job in 15 minutes, depending on what the task entails. For example, if it's a runway show, there's constant touch-ups, last-minute changes, so you have to be fast and efficient. And so for the everyday look, going to work, going to get the groceries, he mentioned that it should only take about 5 minutes. But to be honest, it takes me more than that because it is so soothing. It's so relaxing because you're pampering yourself and it always feels amazing. And so, look down. I'm going to show you some of the things that I brought with me for this video. And before I show you the products that I will be using today, I would like to clarify the following. Number one, this video is not sponsored at all. The products that I am showcasing are products that I like. I think they work well for my skin type, and that's about it. Second, the products I really like to use and support are cruelty free. I try my best to be diligent about it because there are companies who update their policies. So 1 minute they could be cruelty free and the next they're not, and vice versa. So as of today, as of right now, as far as I know, these products are cruelty free. We're always trying our best. So this is a very pretty pink makeup bag. I like shiny things, and that's the reason why I purchased this one. I am going to organize my tools and makeup on top of this paper towel, and that's to help me keep my table cleaner. Here are some eyeshadows. I'm placing my brushes to my right. This is a mirror. One of the things that I really like to purchase are pocket size mirrors, and I can never have too many of them, and that's because they break. And the second reason is they're so easy to travel with, and I like the ones with cute messages or something inspirational, something that's pretty to look at, and something that makes me feel relaxed, and it makes me feel good about myself. And in case anyone is wondering about this message, no, I am not a dancer, not professionally, nothing, no amateur level. It's just a message that I like. The makeup bag on the side. And some of them you'll notice they are in kind of rough shape, such as this lipstick, and that's because it's a color that I wear often, so it's in my purse regularly, and so it comes into contact with other items, and so that chips away the decorative material. There are other two items that did not fit in the bag, and I have them on this corner, and that's moisturizer and a toner. Now, one of the things that I would like to explain, and I find that this is not talked about often enough, and that's how the weather affects your skin and the products that you use to take care of it. I live in a city that is very windy. We experience long, harsh winters, and so that really dries up my skin, and so I tend to use a lot of moisturizer. There can never be enough. And so right now my skin is thirsty, and I am ready to start to apply some moisturizer. Now, in areas where it's humid, tropical countries, for example, in my experience, when I've lived there or visited, I only use a little bit of moisturizer, only in the needed areas. So if you've been out in the sun all day, you might notice that your nose needs a little tender loving care. Perhaps your forehead, and never forget about the hands. I also have some eye drops because it's very dry here, and before applying any mascara or falsies, I want to make sure that my eyes are prepared, they're nice and moist. And the other reason why it's important to moisturize your skin before applying makeup is because it glides on easier. Some makeup ingredients can make your skin drier, so the moisturizer counteracts that issue. So I'm going to apply some lip balm. And today it's an extra dry day. I can feel it because as soon as I applied this lip balm, my lips started to sting. Some toner. And you can never forget about the neck. And I'm going to add more on my hands. See my hands, they're looking wrinkly, and that's because of the dryness. The reason why I rub the lotion this way as opposed to palm to palm is because when it's palm to palm, in my experience, the moisturizer stays more on this side of the hand. So now I apply it on top of the hand where it needs it the most, and then rub it with the opposite top of the other hand. Find it works best. Everyone has their own way of doing things. And keep in mind that the methods that I show may or may not work on you. I hope that you find some of the information that I provide here helpful and inspire you to find a solution for any questions you may have, I hope. And the reason I applied the toner on my skin before the moisturizer is because when your face is moist, your skin is able to absorb more of the moisturizer. And I know that I recently said that I apply the moisturizer this way, but when it comes to the face, that's the only way I can think of. I usually spend more time with this process because I like to give myself a facial massage. One of the things about our bodies is that some of you might know about this already, and I would like to talk to you about fascia. When you exercise, for example, you feel sore, and that usually goes away within 2 to 3 days depending on your body. And if you go to a massage therapist, or if you are stretching before or after an intense exercise, sometimes that can alleviate the soreness and some of the discomfort that you are experiencing. However, there are some spots that you feel are still too tight, and no matter how much you stretch, it's not alleviating that soreness, that tightness that you feel. An example would be on your thighs after training for long distance running, you'll find that the outer, I know this is not my thigh, but it's just an example. So on the outer part of your thigh, it feels sore. And that's because I forget the name, but it's a band that goes from the hip joint to the knee. I'll add the name there. This is just an example. For something more in depth, I advise that you consult with your doctor, your coach, if you are training, a massage therapist, a professional who knows more about sports training and recovery as well. And so what I used to do when I used to exercise on a more regular basis, and I even trained at one point for long distance running, one of the things that alleviated that tightness was using a foam roller and rolling my body on top of this foam roller. And it basically massages the fascia on your legs, because fascia is one thing that you cannot stretch. You have to massage it and, for lack of a better word, break those knots so that the fascia is back to being flexible and supple. And it's something that you have to do maybe every other day. Again, it depends on the individual. And I have to say this, it is a very unpleasant experience because it is very painful. Unless you are someone who has a high pain tolerance, maybe it'll be okay with you. But I found it to be painful, but it does get better. Why am I talking about fascia, and how is this relevant to the face? Well, because we have fascia all over our body. And when I am stressed, for example, I find that this area of my face gets really tight. Same with the scalp right here. This is where my body likes to accumulate all that stress, as well as the shoulder areas. So aside from the fascia tightening up, it's also my muscles. So when I am applying moisturizer, like I am going to do again right now, because it's slippery, I apply more pressure on my eyebrows and gently but firmly I massage the temples, my cheekbones, in its outer motion. I don't know if this is correct. Perhaps a massage therapist could give you a more personalized massage technique for you. But so far, this is what works for me. So all this area right here, and I massage it on a daily basis so that it keeps the blood circulating better. I should say increase the blood flow. And I find that it's a great de-stressor. Now, it is unbelievably dry today, but I think I might need moisturizer later, like a lot more. Your diet can also help moisturize your body from the inside out, and that is something that I would like to address on another video. Going to reapply some lip balm. If you ever find that you apply too much moisturizer, you miscalculated, you can take something like a tissue or paper towel and just gently dab it on your face, just gently. You can also use rice papers to absorb any extra oil. Always be very gentle with your face or with your skin in general. Don't tug it. Always gentle taps. Gentle, just gently. I'm going to begin by applying the Eyelid Primer. And depending on your skin, depending on the size of your eyelids, you will learn how much amount you need. Some people only need very tiny amounts. I like to be generous with my application, and that is because I have combination skin, and so my T-zones are oily but my cheeks are dry. And what I find is that as I perspire or throughout the day, I notice that my skin produces more oil in this area, and so the oil travels down, and sometimes it can affect how my eyeshadows look. This is why I like to add more primer so that my eyeshadow stays intact. And because of the moisturizer, the applicator is not tugging at my skin. To be honest with you, I'm also generous with the amount that I apply because it is very relaxing to me, and I just keep repeating and repeating the same action, and I forget that I'm supposed to be done getting ready and I need to leave my place at a certain time so that I can be there on time. Go. Today I'm going with a matte look. I really don't have a preference between shimmer or highlighter and matte. I am very attracted to shiny things, but for makeup, it's either one. This is brand new. It's my first time using it. So let's see how good it is. This is a nice cream color with a burgundy, and this looks like a metallic brown, but it's not shimmery, it's matte. Let's see what the names are. It's called Countryside Lavender. And there are some instructions here, but I don't see the names of the palette individually, but the whole thing is called Countryside Lavender Eyeshadow with Bamboo. Okay, all right. It's very light to the some eyeshadows, when I've tried them for the first time, they feel grainy, and I find that it's scratching my eyelids, and to me it's not a good sign. I really like this color. And it feels great, actually. it doesn't feel like it would dry up my skin. That's another sign I've noticed with some other eyeshadows. I can feel that the ingredients are absorbing the moisturizer that's on my skin. So far so good. Also, I like to add extra on the area that is close to my eyelashes. There we go. Now the other eye. Have to apply this as fast as I can before the primer dries up. And over here I'm seeing that some of the shadow is creasing, so I'm just gently rubbing it with my pinky so that the extra primer that accumulated in that corner disperses, it distributes better. There we go. I really like to make my eyes more open, and what I mean by that is I love those eyeshadow looks from the 60s and 80s, and they just applied eyeshadow here and they just made their eyes or eyelids look more open, and they have so many different layers of colors, so I really like that look. I think it was Kevin Aucoin. He is, or was, a famous makeup artist, and he was someone that I looked up to. I really loved, still do, love his work, and I think he said that if you make a mistake with your makeup application or something along those lines, nothing to worry about. Just wash it off and start over. So far so good. I like it. Now, let's see. I think I might try all three. I'm using the other side of the brush. I know I should be using a different brush, but I am an habitual creature sometimes. I like to stick with my favorite brushes. It's a really color. Dab, dab, dab. There we go. I don't know if it's because of the lighting in the pink room, but this color is a lot lighter than what you see. What I do like about this is it seems to be buildable. Some products, the more you apply and the reason you do that is because you're trying to increase the intensity of the color. Some of them are not buildable. The shadow begins to drop. You can't layer it on top of the other. It starts to fall off. This one handles it pretty well, I think. So far, so good. Let's see. And the other thing about using powders on your face, it could be eyeshadows, blush, or foundation, is that especially when you live in a very dry climate, is that it creates these lines on your face, but they are not wrinkles. It's just a very thirsty skin. So in that case, you can try using cream powders so that it doesn't create those lines, or at least minimize them. I like this. Okay, let's try some of these makeup brushes that you see here. I've had them for a long time, and I've actually got these when I was in makeup school. And so I've been taking care of them. I want them to last as long as possible. And what I'm doing as well is I am following the shape of my eyes, just the natural curvature. So I am applying this color in the middle of my eyelid. See, so between the eye and the eyebrow, there's a, see, there's a dip right there. And that's where I'm applying it. And this is why I applied a lot of this color, the cream, because the more I apply of the second color, it starts to blend in with the lighter shade. See? Okay, now I'm going to switch brushes before I get to this one, and I'm going to use this little guy who I'm sure has seen better days. This one here, going to replace the tip, and the way you do this is by twisting it. Go. This is the new head. Here we go. And one thing is about these foams, the difference between a makeup brush and this one is that you can always wash your brushes, whereas these ones with the foam tips, you can't wash them. And so, but you can use them depending how much product you use. If it has too much of it and it's not working well, it's time to replace it. Go. And I really like these ones. These are my favorite. I'm finding that with a lot of high-end eyeshadows, again, I'm not a professional and I haven't purchased every brand out there, but I'm finding that a lot of them don't come with these ones, the shorter versions, which is too bad. I really like them. I'm thinking that it could be for sustainable reasons, because these ones are disposable, so it's not really environmentally friendly, and so I'm using them all up. Whatever I have in stock, I'm using them all up. Otherwise they disintegrate over time, so you don't want to waste them, so just use them up. Let's see how much product it gathers. And this is very precise. And so what I'm doing is going to apply this just up to the middle, right there. And what I like to do with the tip is start creating a soft eyeliner look. And I do this by applying it in an upwards motion. And I'm actually gonna go under this area as well, so that it ties in nicely with the bottom part of my eyes. Let's see. I might go over there just a little bit. There we go. And now I'm gonna take my blending brush and blend the rest of it, so that this I'll call it a burgundy, dark burgundy color, so that the burgundy blends in nicely with the light brown and cream. And some of the eyeshadow fell on my cheeks. Not to worry, I'm going to use my fan and just clean it away. There we go. Nothing to worry about. There. Okay. So what do you think so far? The color looks more intense, but I think in the camera it looks a little lighter, a little more washed out. But again, that's the lighting. There we go. Now I'm going to apply it on the next eye. Let's see. Dab, 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 dab. There we go. Just dabbing away. There we go. And again, only see, I'm slowly creating that eyeliner look. Upwards motion. And this is the reason why I added a lot more of the cream color close to my lashes, because I want it to be seen. As I apply the darker color, it's covering it up. But as I leave this edge untouched, you can still see it. It looks really nice. There we go. So the shape that I am creating on the outer edges of my eyelids is like a V shape, something like this, but in an upwards motion. Here we go. It's actually one of the very first looks that I learned to do. It was taught to me by my family, by the women in my family. There we go. Taking my brush to blend it. Go. These are very soft colors, and I think they would be great for daytime wear, because it feels gentle on the skin. And so what I'm trying to say is that in my experience, some products, they look great and they make you look amazing. However, when you wear them on a daily basis, it starts to irritate your skin, and so you lose that healthy glow. When you remove your makeup, you don't have that natural glow anymore, and sometimes you can find that it's maybe irritating your skin, or it can trigger some acne because it's harder to wash off, and there could be countless of reasons. And so this one, it's my first time trying it out, and so I'm going to have to wait and see if this is one of those that irritates the skin when you wear it on a daily basis. But I do like that this one is a nice shade for daily wear. The reason why I don't like to wear intense color for daytime is because if you go out at night for a special event, I feel that there's nothing to surprise people with. My makeup instructor, he said that once. He said if you wear intense color in the daytime and you go out at night with the same people that you work with or hang out in the morning, well, it looks the same. There's no wow factor, because at night is where you turn up the intensity. You can do more intricate looks that take longer to make, but it's I don't know, it's taking the pampering level to the next level, I would say. See, I told you I like makeup. I get excited about these things, talking about it. So let's put this to the side. And before the next step, I'm just going to curl my lashes. This I like to be very gentle as well. Here we go. And now I'm going to apply the foundation, if you can call this foundation. It's really light. One of the things I have struggled with is finding the right foundation for my skin. The reason being is because aside from our skin tone, underneath we have an undertone, and it could be warm or cool. Warm means that it's a yellow undertone. Cool undertone means that it's pink. However, some individuals, such as myself, we have both. And so some foundations tend to lean over the warm side, and so it looks off. Some foundations tend to lean on the cool side, so they look too pink on me, and it actually makes my yellow undertones stand out, and so it looks off. When I was in makeup school, I learned to mix my own colors, and so I ended up using two foundations that I would mix together. One was cooler and the other one was warmer, and by mixing the two of them, and not only two of them, but there's also a white foundation. So sometimes if I didn't mix the two correctly, I would add a little bit of white to make them a little more balanced, and that matched my skin perfectly. So I don't know what they have done with this one, but it matches my skin tone perfectly. Maybe they're using both cool and warm undertones. So if you notice right now, my skin looks shiny because of the moisturizer, and of course your body is producing oils, so there's that as well. So you'll see that once I'm done applying this, everything will go matte. Gonna do half of my face so that you can see the difference And this is also very light. Maybe you can see that this is a little more pinkish, more, again, it's because when I perspire, my cheeks tend to go very red. So this is neutralizing it. See? So now I'm going to do the entire face. There we go. Why am I applying foundation instead of doing that in the beginning? Because when I'm using darker eyeshadow colors, if they fall like this one did, it would have ruined the foundation. And if it doesn't come off by simply using the fan brush, I would have had to use a little bit of makeup remover or soap and water to clean the area, and that means I would have to start over again with the foundation part. If I am wearing lighter eyeshadows, then I apply the foundation first or after. It doesn't really matter, because it doesn't affect the foundation if it happens to fall off. Also, what I like about this powder is that the more you apply, the more you use, it doesn't seem to cake, and it doesn't create lines. I don't feel that it dries up my skin. Some powders do. The more I use them, I feel that they're just absorbing more moisture in the air. But this one doesn't seem to do that. Again, I live in a very dry environment, and so I'm pretty impressed with this. In the summertime, I might need to get a darker shade because I'm out more often, there's more sun, so of course I end up tanning, not by choice. I'm not really a sun person, but it's summer, it's bound to happen. And so this shade might not work that well. Maybe the next one down will. I'm gonna find out when summer gets here. And because summers tend to be a little more humid, I'll see how this works. So far, I've only used this in the winter time, and I like how it works. Go. And so now I'm going to, let's see what's next. I'm tempted to do something with an eyeliner. Let's see. Let's have some fun. Let's try some gray for the waterline, just because I want to see what that will look like. and I think this shade ties in nicely with the colors of the eyeshadow. Looks really nice actually. It ties in very well. Now I'm going to intensify the color by building on top of the other. And again, I am doing this upwards motion because I like that lift look. Now I'm just I am improvising now. I really like this color. That's the other thing, when you find colors you really like, it's inspiring and you start to play around more with them. So let's see. I'm gonna build more here. So now I am applying the pencil on the outside. There we go. It's an underline. See? Not bad. Now let's go with the other eye. So it's an eyeliner, but it's soft and it's not as shimmery. It's matte, which I really like. There we go. Apply it here. I can't remember when I used this eyeliner. I think this is the second time that I am using it. And the reason why I haven't used it more often is because when I got it, the eyeshadows that I had at the time were shimmery. So this wasn't going well with it. Eyeliner. Just a little wing. There we go. See, and I'm not drawing the eyeliner all the way in because I want to keep this area of my eye open, and because I want that cream color to stand out. So I don't want these other colors to steal its thunder. There we go. So I'm just drawing it halfway. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. And when you're applying your makeup, say positive words to yourself. Say to yourself, beautiful, gorgeous. This is your time. You are pampering yourself. There we go. I like this color. It goes really well with this one. This is based on the light that I'm using. When I'm buying eyeshadows or lipsticks, I try my best to test them under natural light because a lot of these stores are using fluorescent lights, and I find it really alters the color. You think it suits you, but the moment you walk out, it does not. Yeah. Always check what the refund policy is. Okay. Now, time for mascara. I love mascara. Let's see. I like to move the brush from left to right so that it really gets to those corners, and so that it also reaches the roots of the lash. I know that you're only supposed to apply maybe 1 to 2 coats, but I have not so voluminous lashes, so I like to build them up. And I just noticed that some of the ink got on that nice cream color. However, I know I can fix that with Q-tips. I don't have any on me, but I can fix that. It's not a problem. And if you don't have Q-tips, well, you can get creative and just draw the eyeliner over the mascara that got to the eyelid. There we go. And now for some blush. This is my favorite, my all-time favorite blush brush. Now, I had mentioned that this is actually an eyeshadow palette. However, and see, these are similar colors to this one. This is more of a pink cream, and this one's more of a yellowish cream. This is more matte. It's a different light brown. So no, it's not the same, just different shades. So this one is a eyeshadow palette. But what I've learned with makeup, and even my makeup instructor said, at the end of the day, makeup is makeup, and it's paint, and you can use it any way you want. And so with this eyeshadow, I am using it as blush. And the other secret is, and I learned this from him, is you want to apply a little bit of that blush, just a kiss amount, on your eyelid, so that your eyes tie in nicely with your cheekbones. So there we go, kiss them out. There we go. Just on top. How about another one? There you go. So just a little bit, and you'll see how it just keeps it ties in very nicely. But you don't want the blush color to overpower the eyeshadow, so it's just a teeny tiny amount. So now, going on my left cheek. There we go. And because it's my favorite brush, I like to go over and over again. Just feels great. Again, just a small amount. There we go. And that's it. Now, for the lips, I have a burgundy lipstick, but it's not matte, it's a little bit shiny. And I also have some lip gloss and another lip gloss, but this one is more pink. Let's see what would work. Well, we have enough color in the eyes, so I'm gonna go with something soft. Go with this gorgeous pink lip gloss. This is the reason why I apply the lip balm at the beginning. Not only because my lips needed it, but also because the gloss, it's gliding easier on my lips. I could have used lip gloss as a moisturizer, but because it's so dry, I would have applied too much. Go. It's a really nice, soft daily look. So now I'm just gonna remove the hair clip. My hair is still wet. There we go. So go just moving it around a little bit, and just one more mirror check. And what do you think? I hope that with this camera you're able to appreciate some of the colors that I demonstrated today, and I hope that I was able to teach you something, or something that can help you to get to the next answer. And what I mean by that is that sometimes when you're looking for answers regarding your skincare, you get partial answers from one source. So you get 20, 30, 50%, and you are able to find the rest of it somewhere else. So I hope that I was able to help out a little bit. And this goes without saying, before you use any of the products that I've tried, or any other method that I may have discussed, please consult with your physician or with another medical professional dermatologist regarding your skin, just to make sure that you won't have any allergic reactions and so forth. Health is first. Well, my friends, let's take a deep breath. Exhale. So that we're all nice and relaxed and ready to step away and share this with everyone else. I hope that you're relaxed. I hope to see you very soon. Take care.